Welcome to the C-Leg Trial Fitting Guide. To ensure a smooth and successful experience, we will take you step by step through the entire trial fitting from start to finish. When you open the loaner box, you'll find the C-Leg, the Bluetooth PIN card with the 4-digit connection code, and the charger. Please ensure that the knee is sufficiently charged before the first use. Prepare all components and tools required for the trial fitting, including the tube adapter and the knee extender. Now, let's connect to the C-Leg. Enable Bluetooth on your Android or Apple device, and wake up the knee joint by attaching and detaching the charger. This also activates Bluetooth for pairing. If Bluetooth deactivates during fitting, you can also reactivate it by turning the knee upside down until it gives feedback. Log into the connectgo.pro app. Access is automatically granted after completing the C-Leg certification. Then connect to the C-Leg by selecting the device from the list. With the connection established, we're ready to proceed to the trial with the user. Enter the basic data in the connectgo.pro app. Accurate input is essential for optimal prosthesis control. Pay special attention to the hip flexion contracture. Once all basic data has been entered, you can proceed with the bench alignment, which lays the foundation for a successful trial fitting. Follow the alignment recommendation displayed in the app. Ensure both 8-degree flexion stops are installed. Then, mount the knee extender for bench alignment. The connectgo.pro app confirms when adequate knee extension is reached. Account for a hip flexion contracture by applying the appropriate socket flexion. To flex the socket, tilt it backwards and shift it forwards. Ensure that the alignment reference line runs through the socket reference point. If the hip flexion contracture is not properly considered, the knee may feel unstable, requiring compensatory movements during standing. In addition, stance release may not trigger reliably. Ensure the tube is inserted at least 40 millimeters. Once assembled, check clearances by pushing the socket into full extension and full flexion. Make sure the socket does not contact the knee joint or cosmetic cover. Swap the flexion stops to prevent collisions if needed. Tighten the screws to the specified torque before allowing the user to apply weight. Use the Lazar posture or an equivalent measurement tool for ground reaction forces to optimize static alignment. The ideal load line runs 20 millimeters in front of the knee axis, originates from the middle of the foot, and runs vertically, which indicates minimal horizontal compensatory forces. In this example, the load line originates anterior to the middle of the foot. This is often caused by too much plantar flexion of the foot, which shifts the load line and tilts it backward. Adjusting the flexion angle of the foot should improve sagittal alignment. If the compensatory forces still lie outside the target range despite this adjustment, we recommend reviewing the socket flexion. Retorque all screws and calibrate the knee with the user standing still, upright and on a hard level surface. Check in connectgo.pro whether all criteria for a successful calibration are met. Remember to recalibrate after every alignment change. Once calibrated, proceed to the dynamic alignment optimization. Check for consistent stance release on level ground. The stance release feedback can help verify whether all criteria are met. The prosthesis must be extended, rotating forward, and carrying more than half the body weight. Next, fine-tune the basic mode. For a time-efficient trial, we recommend refining these two parameters individually together with the user. In the definitive fitting, all parameters should be reviewed. Now demonstrate the C-Leg's key features, allowing users to experience its trusted functionality in real-world activities. As the first MPK on the market and through continuous improvement, C-Leg has been setting standards for decades. When sitting down, the C-Leg's default stance control supports full weight bearing on the prosthesis. Depending on the selected setting, it provides constant resistance or progressive resistance, which further relieves the contralateral leg. When seated, the sitting function allows the shank to swing freely. When standing up, the user immediately regains full knee joint safety. Have the user walk and vary their pace to experience how quickly the C-Leg adapts to different walking speeds. The adaptive control ensures optimal swing phase timing, providing toe clearance and a smooth, controlled extension stop. Adding extra weight shows that the knee maintains consistent swing phase control, even when wearing heavier footwear. Also encourage the user to take a few steps backward to experience the safety the C-Leg provides. When walking downstairs, notice how the controlled extension motion results in a consistent and predictable foot position with each step. Continue on the ramp and have the user feel how responsively the C-Leg activates and deactivates the intuitive stance function. Have them walk down ramps with different inclinations. Similar to sitting down, an option for added support is available, which particularly benefits users who require more control. Cyclists may want to try out the intuitive cycling function, which activates automatically after a few pedal revolutions. While time in a trial fitting may be limited, we encourage you to take a moment to discuss the additional My modes available. If you know of specific activities your user wants to explore, this is a great opportunity to show how a My mode can support their freedom of movement. Whenever possible, take the user outdoors so they can experience the benefits of the C-Leg across a range of surfaces. Pay special attention to how safely the C-Leg manages transitions between different terrains and how reliably it behaves from the very first step. Advanced stumble recovery algorithms safeguard the entire swing phase, providing confidence during outdoor walking. At the end of the guided trial, save the dataset in the connectgo.pro app. Walk the user through a few final steps before they take the C-Leg home for further testing. First, demonstrate safety mode and explain when it becomes active. Then show them how to charge the knee, how to plug it in, and what the charging feedback looks and sounds like. Ask the user to download the connectgo user app and show them how to activate Bluetooth on the knee to connect to it. Hand the user the instructions for use. Also outline the recommended care after water exposure. After completing the trial, switch off the C-Leg with the charger and return all loaner components to Ottobock. By following these steps, you've established a strong foundation for a successful trial experience. For more in-depth information, watch our C-Leg tutorials on the Ottobock Professionals YouTube channel or access them directly in the connectgo.pro app. For additional support, refer to the training materials on My Learning or contact your Ottobock representative.